I'm just going to do a quick overview of the Harsha method for master Pyraminx and how it works. This is a method I first developed around 5 years ago or so, and I got pretty good with it, but since then I have not practiced master Pyraminx at all, but I did come up with ways to make this method better. And I'm just going to do like a quick example solve and just show you the basic steps of it, and then I'll just explain a little bit more about how you can make this better. So the first thing you need to know is just what the pieces are going to be called. These big edges in the middle here are called jings edges. These little edges are called wings. This piece right here is called a tip, and this I don't care about. Like, that's also a tip, but just it doesn't matter. And then these pieces are centers. So the first step is going to be solving the jings edges, and the way I do that is by creating a V. And what's nice about master Pyraminx is the tips, which are effectively the Pyraminx centers, they don't matter. They can be in any orientation you want for this step. So that means you don't have to worry about solving the V in relation to any sort of center. So it usually only takes 2 to 3 moves to solve a V. So in this case, I see I can do R prime L, and that solves a V. And just to show you, I'll solve that. You can see that solves a V there. And then the next step is just to do L4E. In this case, it is a sledge. So I do a U prime sledge. And now you see all of my jings edges are solved, and then I can just do a soon to solve all of the centers. And at this point, I would align all of the tips. And here, I'll just start solving a layer minus one wing. And while I'm doing that, I'm not prioritizing it super heavily, but if there's a way to preserve some edges or solve some edges, I will try to do that. So like, yeah, in this case, there's really nothing. This is kind of garbage. But yeah, so now I'm at a layer minus one wing. And here I'm just gonna do sledges and inserts to solve the rest of the puzzle. So like that, solved a few edges there. Here I can do a hedge, and then here I can do another one, and I can just insert, and that's solved. So for the advanced method, it's just the L4E step that's different. And this one, you can kind of choose how advanced you want to do. If you only want to learn 10 algs, you can just do layer by layer and learn 10 algs for that. Otherwise, you can learn 90 algs. And most of the algs are actually fairly simple, and most of them are just alternate L4Es or ML4Es that you already know. And here, all you're doing is you're solving the jings edges and the centers at the same time. So like in this case, it would be solved with a sledge, but I can also I can change around the centers in another way. If I do like this alg instead, which is just another L4E, it still solved all of the edges, but then you see like the center cycle is different. So yeah, there's just 90 cases like that, and that is the more advanced method. If you wanted to learn any of the LBL algs, that I did make a video on that like 5 years ago. If you wanted to learn any of the other ones, it's on the Pyraminx sheet at the very end, which I will link both of those in the description.